Since you were talking about bans and boycotts and stuff, and Gaurav and I, by the way, are blacklisted by the Congress Party. We're one of those 14 anchors. But there's a news flash that I want to bring into this discussion in this final stretch, courtesy Mausami Singh, our dear Congress reporter, who says the Congress will not be sending guests for debates on the exit poll.
But Shiv, for Telangana they did, for Karnataka they did. Now that's the hypocrisy. If at all they knew, Revant Reddy came and sat for an exit poll.
No, so Revant Reddy is his own man. Siddarapaya is his own man.
What does this mean,
Kumar also came and sat.
Their own men.
No, own men kya hota hai?
But I'll tell you this,
they had spokespeople coming on the day of the exit poll.
I think that's the best news we've got. So Rahul and I get more airtime. We can discuss.
You're all banned now, like Gaurav and
we can look. We can spend more time. Look, frankly, I believe exit polls are about dice because every party who's going to come tomorrow on the exit polls is going to say they've won 544 seats.
But they come at least
543 in India and 1 in POK. So that's as an aside. But the fact is, they all believe they're winning. The fact is, I think exit polls are about analysis. Once the results come, I hope they will still come even if they lose. My worry is the party which loses, often some of their leaders go underground when they lose the election.
No,
that's
and
not
then
done.
they'll start blaming the EVMs and start tarnishing the country's reputation and saying democracy is backsliding in India. And that's a shame, Rajdeep. That's the civilizational nationalism I'm talking about. Whether you win or you lose, at least love your country and show that
I haven't seen
India.
One second.
India
I want to stay on this for just a moment.
You know, I feel that like for example, BJP's organizational skills, they have something called Ardh Panna Pramukhs, which is booth level workers who are responsible for half of
No, but I haven't.
Madam,
60
but
voters.
you know, Nabila,
They are responsible
as
for
Rahul
60
said,
voters
madam,
only.
that's all very well. All parties now have started doing it. What the BJP is doing is that BJP has also lost election. They lost in your home state of Karnataka. That time you were not jumping around saying BJP has done this, that. BJP has lost. BJP has lost in Bengal. BJP has lost. There are states where the BJP has not opened.
Because they are banking on Prime Minister Modi's face. You said it right.
Rafael
You're putting
Nadal,
all your eggs in one basket.
Madam, the great Rafael Nadal lost in the French Open first round in straight sets to Alexander Zverev. Nothing is permanent in life, in politics.
Certainly not in elections, but the question is about this election.
I have one thing to say. Prime Minister Modi, as much as he's admired. One second,
national interest, you have आपने ठेका रखा है.
We have only a few minutes left. Last comment, and then I want to go to Rahul.
We are also nationalists.
Let's leave that aside.
We are not nationalists, madam. No, we are not nationalists.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I've spent 48 days on ground. All of this democracy khatre mein hai, all of these conversations don't stick. You know, there are people, they have real issues and they'll decide this election.
Also because, Gaurav, sorry, Shiv, if you are a Musahar, which comes from the rat catcher community just outside Patna, you go to Hajipur, in their village, which I went 30 years ago when Lalu had promised that he would do special schemes for the Musahar, life hasn't changed. $100 bucks. Rahul is absolutely right about khatakat and isko itna denge. But on the bottom of the pyramid, even if I get 200 rupees extra, it makes a difference. You know, the fact is,
final comments.
As Sneha said, 1200 rupees. You know, gas cylinder. I went to this village. They had stored the gas cylinders. They were rusting. I said, why? He said, we don't have the money for a refill. This is the reality of India. Wake up and smell the coffee. Civilizational nationalism.
Civilizational nationalism is
I also want to say
not helping.
Civilizational nationalism face-off is complete. Yes, final comment.
I think putting the eggs in one basket is maybe the mistake that BJP made, because as much as people admire Prime Minister Modi, didn't expect comments like the Mangal Sutra and in every second word saying Muslim constantly. You know, it's that there's a difference between a Yatnal and Ishwarappa and a Prime Minister Modi. You know, you look at him with stature. So for him to come down to a certain level was a little, I think, a shift in that kind of adulation for him for a lot of people.
I'm taking Gaurav to the Musahar village in Hajipur. Then we can discuss civilizational nationalism.
Democratic Newsroom on the field next time.
I'm taking you to Kashmir, and I want you to see the changes that are coming in Kashmir. I really want you to see the change.
But Gaurav, today, Sanjay Camp and Gita Colony are today saying there is no water. That is the mudda for Delhi. That is the mudda for 22 lakh people in Delhi.
In Rahul's home state, there are at least two candidates who are openly espousing
Imagine.
Khalistani separatism, who may actually win even as
Three
independents.
actually.
And leave it with trivia who's supporting them.
You know, Rahul,
And leave the trivia to who's
last word,
supporting
Rahul.
them.
We've got just 45
Who is
seconds left.
supporting them?
Rahul, last word, yes.
you know, there's a point I wish to make about the India Today Access My India exit poll that comes up 5 p.m. onwards on Super Saturday, the 1st of June. The buzz and the hype around the exit poll is seriously insane, and we're working very hard in bringing it together. But what we wish to say is, just remember when you watch those numbers on Saturday, an exit poll is at best a directional exercise. What you can pick up, which is very significant, is how communities voted, castes voted, gender, demography, how the spread of votes is changing from the last election. Don't get obsessed with every seat. I know that the team that we've built has a 93% track record going down on every Lok Sabha seat, but that's really the most unscientific part of the poll. What concerns me the most, Shiv, is that the maximum amount of hype and enthusiasm is about the one tail part of the poll, which is the least scientific. The more it's a sample size of 580,000 voters. We've been to 22,000 villages and cities.
Most detailed.
So the level of detailing over 43 days is insane. You should look at the poll for how the mood in the country is changing. You know, these questions about what matters, what doesn't matter. Who's winning Raebareli, who's winning Amethi, who's winning Thiruvananthapuram. That's really, you know, it's fun. I know everybody enjoys it, but that's really the most unscientific part of the poll. But all that said, see you at 5 p.m. on Saturday.